offense. He was giving them the business. Go back there. Hold on.
This is the Five with Arms and a Lucky Finn podcast.
Welcome to the Five Arms and Lucky Finn podcast. I'm your host, Brendan McCormick, with the Heartbeat, aka Lucky Finn, aka the man, Jason Ide. And of course, we got on the right side, David Soloway, viral sensation. He is for the people. The people are for him. College football playoff round one was not that exciting. What we talked about, guys, basically happened. G5s basically got dominated. A&M frauds got in somehow. Didn't look well against Miami. What are your guys' thoughts on that game?
I think when we were talking about it on Saturday, David said it best. Just sloppy. Nobody wanted to hold on to the football. It's just constant turnovers, missed field goals, a lot of missed opportunities. And honestly, but what I took away from it was Miami can win a sloppy game. They had a lot of games this season that, didn't go their way. Those two that they lost, they were sloppy and they lost them. They won a sloppy game this week. To me, that means, they won sloppy games. They won games where they looked really good. So which side of Miami are we going to get? We don't know. But it's good to know that even if they don't play well this upcoming weekend, I saw Ohio State struggle against Texas week one. If they didn't play a lot of competition this year, they struggled against Indiana the same way. Those were their two biggest games of the year. Miami is the closest to those two. We'll get into that.
Yeah. No, that's a good take, Jay. David, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with Jay. I think that Miami, if they can keep it low scoring like they did in this game against Ohio State, they stand a chance. And if Carson Beck doesn't try to turn the ball over, which he wasn't the issue. He wasn't making the best throws, but he was not the issue with turnovers and the missed field goals. He was a good game manager in this game, which is what I think they needed when they knew their defense was going to keep Marcel Reed in check, because Marcel Reed is not the guy.
Oh,
he's not the guy. He's got one of the lowest completion percentages in all of college football out of your starting quarterbacks that started every game this year.
Okay.
He can make plays with his legs, and I think that's great. I think he's a mediocre quarterback surrounded by a bunch of elite talent, and if you have that, then it's not a good recipe for winning college football playoff games.
Do you think he was bailed out by a great offensive line and arguably one of the best wide receivers in college football? Because I do.
Oh, I think that helps a ton. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they were bailed out by an easy schedule. We didn't realize it early on, but they were playing the bottom teams in the SEC every week, and it didn't really shape out that way until we looked up in week 13 or whatever, and we look at their schedule, and it's like, oh, they haven't really played anybody.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough, too, because obviously they played in the SEC, but those teams weren't the top end, obviously, of the SEC, so it was hard to tell how good truly A&M was. The hardest game that they had maybe on their schedule was at Notre Dame. And
Notre Dame's a hard one to really evaluate, because Notre Dame, while they rolled most of their schedule, they lost their two difficult games. So were they really good, or did they get their 10 wins by playing nobody? They beat USC, whatever. Yeah. Other than that, they didn't play anybody. So that's a hard one to gauge. And then the SEC, I think the bottom of the SEC was as low as it's been in a while this year, and they played the bottom of the SEC.
I agree with that. That's a great take. I definitely agree with that. It was a down year. Hey, Tigers looking up, Jay. Come on. Tigers looking up.
Right.
They'll be good. Going through this other games as well. James Madison played Oregon. Oregon dominated that first half, obviously. JMU fought back hard in that second half.
Covered.
They did cover. They did cover, and now there's a big thing going on in the media, sports media world now. G5 shouldn't be there. Only power fours. Guys, how do we solve this issue in college football? Because group of 5 teams are part of college football, and I love the sport of college football. You can't just take group of 5 out. That's not how it works. You can't just take mid majors out of March Madness. You can't do that. So how do we plug these group of 5s in and make it competitive and fun?
My question to you is, why does it need to be competitive? Every year in the NFL, we get blowouts in round 1 of the playoffs. We get blowouts in round 2. We get blowout. There are teams that are going to make the NFL playoffs this year who have no chance at winning the Super Bowl. It's no different than these teams making the playoffs in college football, in my opinion.
Okay.
My thought process is I think they just go to the FCS way. Every conference champion should be in. And people can complain about that, and they're going to say there's going to be more blowouts. But I think that's the fun way to do it. Look, let everybody get a fair chance. I know that there's leagues that are a little lower level in terms of skill than some of these other ones, but it's the principle of, hey, they still won their conference. They should get a shot at doing something, because clearly bowl games are dying. This used to be called the FBS. It's the Football Bowl, whatever it stands for.
You got it.
Thanks. And it was built off of the bowl games. We had 2 teams make it to the national championship. That was it. And now it's became this playoff. And we're watching bowl games. And just before the show, we were talking about some of the bowl games. And you look at some of those games, and there's nobody at these games. I mean, that used to be the fun part of it. And I saw actually on Nick Saban was on the McAfee show last week, and he was talking about how he wasn't for expanding the playoff because he thought it would eventually kill the Bulls, which is exactly what it's doing. So it's like, we're going to call it the FBS. We might as well change that. Change it to something else, the FPS, the Football Playoff Subdivision, and just put 24 teams like the FCS does, and let all the conference champions in. And I think at that point, I saw somebody else put it up. It's not like it's my idea. I know this is something that people have floated. I think it's like 15 at-large bids end up getting in, or 16, somewhere around there. I mean, that's awesome. That would be great to see. I mean, you're talking about basically, if you disclude the those leagues that are going to get a team that aren't going to be ranked for the most part, unless they're having an incredible year like Boise did last year in Tulane. You're looking at pretty much everybody in the top 16 seeds, 16 in the rankings, getting in the playoffs every year, which would be fun.
Yeah. No, we gotta open the floodgates. We gotta open the floodgates to this playoff. We gotta open the
what playoff in the history of playoffs has benefited from expansion? I don't like the idea of expanding it personally, because I think it just waters down the field and waters down the games. I think the NFL added 1 in each conference. That's kind of watered down the first round. The MLB did it. I don't know. I don't love expanding the playoff. I would have left it as it was, but it is also the only college sport that doesn't afford a chance for every college or conference champion to play in the postseason.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, every other one, it's an auto bid if you win your conference.
I think for the group of 5, you have to have a play-in.
What do you think? How many group of 5? Well, there's 6 conferences now.
6 of them?
Yeah. So just have 3 playing games.
And then have them play each other?
Is that including the Pac-12? Because Pac-12 will be a Pac-12 next year. They'll have a conference.
Yeah.
It does? Okay.
Yeah. That's what I would do.
So it's what, the American, the Sun Belt, the MAC, the Pac-12, the Mountain West, the Conference USA?
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to do? Have a 16 playoff to get 1 spot? Or are you saying, like, is it going to be like the first 4 play-in games that we have?
That's what I think. I think that's the way you do it to make it more fun, and you kind of have, because I mean, as fans of March Madness, we're not, Mr. Klatt over there saying it's the worst thing ever. made and March Madness is a fraud, because March Madness is the greatest tournament of all time in sports. Let's get that right, first of all. And second of all, I just think we love the playing games where I'm going for March Madness, and it would make sense for football to have those playing games for the CFP. I think it would be entertaining. I think you would see better competition go at each other. I mean, granted, like, okay, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the group of 5, but when was the last time a group of 5 have beat a Power 4 team? I mean, I could tell you, but I mean, when was the last time on top of your guys' head? It's been years.
Last time
like,
a group of 5 team beat a Power 4 team
in the
Yes.
postseason.
and like postseason, in like a bowl when they played each
Tulane
other.
just beat USC 2 years ago.
I would have gone with.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought.
I mean, that's the most
like
recent one.
In a major game.
I'm thinking about a major one though.
I was going to go UCF against Georgia
That's another one.
in 2017.
I would even go as far back as Boise State beating obviously Oklahoma, and that was huge. But that was kind of like a miracle, and they had 5 or 6 NFL players drafted from that team. So it's hard because with the portal, you see talent leave and obviously upgrade to a better, conference and things like that. So it's hard for me to see the talent now of a group of 5 beating a great Power 4 team.
I'll take it one step farther, and this is off tangent. This is something that just irritates the hell out of me.
Okay.
We talk about the Power 4 being what it is.
Yeah.
But the Power 4 isn't just Power 4. It's like Power 45 or 50 or however freaking many schools are in these conferences. It's probably more than 50. It's probably 60. The thing that pisses me off is we have so many damn teams in these dang conferences that it so dilutes the schedule and the meaningfulness of this conference. David was talking about it with A&M. It's a perfect example. I see it with the Big Ten. It's like you can get lucky, like Oregon. Who did Oregon play besides Indiana this year? They had Penn State, right?
No one.
But did they play Penn State? Yeah,
they did play Penn State.
Iowa,
but it's like, but it used to, back in the day, it used to be every week was in it, week in and week out, rivalry games of teams that you play every year in and year out. Now you're lucky if you see the same team every 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't
and
make
I think
it as emotional. The emotional connection to these games is not there anymore, besides rivalry games.
I agree, and it's hurting college football. That's why I think here's my pro of opening it up, dude, now that I'm getting there, is that you get to see these schools actually play each other, because it actually would help them move around seeding wise, like some of these top teams. So that's why I think it would help the sport in some ways. That's my take on that.
I see both ways, because I love March Madness just as much as the next guy, and we don't go into March Madness thinking that every team in the field has a chance at winning the title.
Correct. That is correct.
But I think March Madness is its own special thing, and we don't need to try to make this like March Madness just because we love March Madness so much. I think that like I said earlier, in every other sport, playoff expansion has diluted the playoff. First of all, it's diluted the regular season to where it is not as important to win your conference or win as many games. Like in the MLB, you can get in as a third wild card now, and you don't have to try to go for it like a team who's like the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And I think it just dilutes the product, and in the end, you only have a handful of teams that have the ability to win the title anyway. And I think this year, if we really look at it, there's only probably 6 teams that I think have a chance to win the title, even entering last weekend.
Ooh. Yeah.
I mean, A&M didn't stand a chance. Miami does not stand a chance.
Miami thinks they have a chance, which makes me laugh. But yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, yeah, they might beat Ohio State, but there is no way Miami is running the table from here on out.
No.
So I don't know. I'm conflicted because I would love to see these games with different matchups just for the sake of seeing them, but we also already have that. That's what bowl games are. We get to see Louisville play Toledo today. That's awesome. Toledo gave them a, they gave them a shot. Didn't win it, but we already get to see those types of games.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Do you guys remember growing up being so excited for bowl season, and now it's like, oh, who's actually playing? Like, it makes me sad.
Not
We
even
would
the
get
same,
so
no.
excited. I know Jason did. I didn't know when you were younger, Jason, but I know you love sports and I know you love college football. I
Yeah,
can
it's
just
like
tell.
the biggest thing was also there's so many sponsor changes of the bowl games. I don't even know
Yeah.
who's sponsoring which ones and whatever. I mean, we used to have the I remember the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl. No,
Yes.
it's just the Gator Bowl. Now and then next thing you know, we got this. We were talking about it before the show. The Frisco
Yeah.
Bowl is, and there's like 2 bowl games in Frisco. Why does Frisco have 2 bowl games? I don't even know
They
what
had
the
the
other
Xbox
sponsors.
Bowl, man.
The
Yeah.
Xbox Bowl. We got the
Yeah.
Xbox Bowl, the Scooters Coffee Bowl,
Yep.
Frisco
Yeah.
Bowl. We got the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. If that's still the Tony the Tiger, it may have changed this year. I don't know. It's like I can never keep up with who's the sponsor of them. So
Yeah.
and then you have all the guys that. Now I will say the cool thing about bowl games for the players is that they get the free stuff from the sponsor. That's really cool. They always like
Yeah.
the Xbox Bowl. They all got Xboxes.
It was
that's pretty
cool.
neat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
those are the fun stuff I always liked. I remember the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl. Back in the day, those guys all got
Yep.
PlayStations.
Yeah.
That was a big thing because I'm pretty sure whichever PlayStation it was one time, it had just recently came out and they all got them, which was cool.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that part is the fun part. But you got all the guys that opt out. They're preparing for the draft. We got to deal with all that too.
One of my favorites was when David was working for the IU football team was the Pinstripe Bowl. Bowl.
In New York, the Yankees.
Yep.
The New Era Pinstripe Bowl.
Is it still there?
I don't know.
It's Penn State versus Clemson this year.
Oh.
Which is a matchup of preseason title contenders.
Yeah.
It is. Is it still New Era?
No, I think it's changed. I don't know who it is now,
See?
but it's not New Era anymore.
Not the same feel. Hey, speaking of the Xboxes, I saw the video, but I didn't actually see anything other than like a video of a couple guys holding it. That did not look like a normal Xbox. What was that? It was almost like a handheld.
It was you know how I'm thinking back to PlayStation. They have one of those portable devices
The
too.
PSP?
It's like a PlayStation Portal. So basically you
the
can connect to
PSP.
your well, this is different now. It's a PlayStation Portal.
This
You
is
can play
new.
it on your you can play it on your Portal. Like you're full on gaming, like you can connect to your system.
not the same as the PSP. That was
It's different. Like you play it on
kind of
this
like the
little tablet
Switch.
thing.
How the Switch has you can
Correct.
play on.
Yeah. So that might be what it is for the Xbox. I'm not an Xbox type of guy, Jason.
I'm about to go
But
look at it.
that's what it's looking like. While you're looking that up, I'll break down some of the other games real quick just to brush on them. Obviously, Oregon beat JMU 51-34. JMU does get the cover. Alabama beats Oklahoma 34-24 in Norman. Oklahoma's up 17-0 on that one and completely and utterly fell apart in that game.
All-time bad pick six.
Terrible. Something Fernando Mendoza can't do against Bama. We'll get into that later. Yeah, I see that reaction. And then, of course, Ole Miss does its thing against Tulane, beats them 41-10 in Oxford. And we head over, obviously, to brush on Miami and A&M as we were talking about them. Miami won 10-3 in a very windy game where I was at in College Station. It was very underwhelming, lousy, just very much of a game that you shouldn't have paid a lot of money to go to. But it was great. Had a great time in College Station. The game was a very much of a letdown.
You've done that 2 years in a row, brother.
Yeah, I know. David had to point out, Jason, that, I went to 2 the first round games, and that I have set a new record of going to first round playoff games. Don't know if that's true.
There's no way there's been anyone who's gone to 3, right? That's not in the media.
I don't know.
They're all played on the same day. Well, I guess they could have gone to a Friday night and a Saturday game.
That's what I mean. There's no way
Back years. I don't know. You're definitely up there on the leaderboard.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely up there, but was blown away by the atmosphere of the 12th man. Kyle Field is a monster, huge, great environment, fun, very well ran organization, David. It's grab and go concessions on the side, unlimited refills of soda. So when you go get your concessions, you scan your phone to get in and you just grab what you want and leave. It's genius. Why doesn't every stadium have this now? We have the capabilities to do
One
this.
day, Brendan, one day they won't even scan your phone. They'll just have facial recognition. Is that what you want?
Kinda. I do kind of want that, actually. I want the
Hey,
government to know what I'm doing at all times.
Brendan, I saw something. Nick Saban said that they piped in noise. Did they pipe in noise at
No,
Kyle Field?
no. It is so loud.
Maybe after he said something, they didn't want to do it. Maybe they
They didn't want to get caught. Yeah.
No, it's so loud. Like I was trying to talk to Mackenzie, and she was right next to me, my wife, and you could not have a full-on conversation. It was that loud, especially when like they do the power, instrumental as the team's walking out. I mean, I want you guys to experience it.
talking about the instrumental
as-
where they're playing the sound over the system.
Yes, correct. But then like everyone's yelling, like it's just
Seems pumped in.
Seems like that's some
It's
vibe.
not pumped in, I promise. It's not pumped in.
How quiet was it in there after that pick at the end of the game?
Oh, it was very quiet. Very
Yeah.
quiet. Yeah.
I watched
really
if you like I was telling you guys, I love watching the Skycast of college football games. It is the coolest thing because it's basically like you were there. You don't hear the announcers, or you just hear the stadium PA
Right.
and the noise. And yeah, watching it on there, it's like I had looked down at my phone, looked up, and I was like, oh dang, it just sound dead. Other than the Miami fans in that corner.
Right.
Yeah. The ball that he threw, I'm going to comment on the last play. The ball that he threw, if you're going to throw that ball when it's really windy, and we knew how windy it was there, you have to put that on the line. You have to zip it. It was the weakest pass that I have seen in a long time, in a very clutch moment that you needed to end the game. I told Mackenzie, my wife, when we were watching the game, I said, they still have 5 yards. This isn't over. He could easily throw a pick here in the middle of the field. What happened?
He was also late on the throw. Like you got to throw that when the guy is cutting it, not when he's
at that
standing
point.
in the back
Just fake it and run.
End zone.
At that point, fake it and run.
He had some dumbass decisions in that game.
Yeah, I mean, completely dumb. Completely dumb. There was
the fumble early on was so bad.
So bad.
Just
Very
throw
bad.
the ball away, dude.
Yeah, he tries to extend plays when he doesn't need to extend plays. Did you guys see
they got
the
a
video?
That's all I have to say.
They just signed him. They signed him to another year.
I don't care. I don't care. Go get another guy and pay Marcel the backup rate. I don't care.
Okay, let me press into that. Let me press into that, David. Who do you get in the portal then? Who do you get in the portal?
I don't care who you get. You get someone other than him. You get someone who can just manage the game, let your run game take over, get the ball into the playmaker's hands, and let the defense do their job. That's what you do.
Him and Lenora Sellers were both such letdowns this year.
Yeah,
they were. They were
both
supposed
to be like these. We were talking about it before the season started.
Yeah.
They somehow South Carolina was picked to finish second in the league, and they were going to have Lenora Sellers being a top 5 pick. From where? Like, what was there to back that up? Hey, Brendan.
Potential.
Before shut up. I don't even want to get started on that. You were talking about the Xbox. I found it.
Yeah.
It's called the Xbox Ally, the ROG Xbox Ally, and it's
ROG.
I don't know what the ROG stands for, but it's there's 2 versions. There's a 24 gigabytes of RAM, 16 gigabytes of RAM, a 512 GB, and a terabyte are the 2 memories, respectively. The smaller one, or the smaller one in terms of RAM, is $600. The bigger one is $1,000. But it's the same thing as that PlayStation, where it's like you can play it on the road and play your PC games on the road too. That's the upper hand for Xbox.
I think your PlayStation or Xbox just has to be on though, correct? To be able to, I'm assuming to connect to it.
For the portal. Yeah, for the portal it has to be on.
Probably.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I kind
of would like that.
I remember when they originally came out.
Cheap.
Yeah.
When they came out with the Xbox app on the computer back when I had my old laptop, I remember back when I was in college and this was 2015. I had hooked up my PC, tried to connect it to the Xbox, had to be on. But back then you could even connect to your Xbox and play it on your PC. But the connection was so bad. I was
it would lag.
I'm not doing this.
Yeah, it was bad. We saw the future though. We saw
It
the
was there.
potential. Yeah, it was there.
The potential.
More potential.
The
But
potential.
I didn't see it happening the next year in
Right.
the first round in the top
No, it
5
takes
pick.
some time. It takes some time to develop. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Takes some time to
Yeah,
develop.
but if it was a first round pick back in 2015 and it's just getting there this year, we'd call it a bust, Sam Darnold.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying, Jay. We got some quarterfinal action though. Big games. Big mammoths coming up. First game we have is December 31st, at 6:30 p.m. Central, 7:30 Eastern. Miami plays Ohio State in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. Miami is a 9.5-point dog last time I checked on the spreads. David, you seem to think Miami has a chance in this one, so I'd love to hear your take on this.
Ohio State is going to absolutely blow them out. Miami sucks. I think they have a chance if Carson Beck doesn't turn it over and if their defense shows up. Because I still think Ohio State, they haven't shown us the ability to have big play offense against a quality defense. And I think Miami does have a quality defense. I am just very worried about Miami's offense with Carson Beck at the helm getting anything done. I love their playmakers. I love Fletcher. I love Tony.
Yeah, I do.
But
too.
I don't love the quarterback, and I'm just worried that he's going to be the one to screw it up.
Absolutely.
I like Ohio. I say they're going to get crushed. I like Ohio State like 27-10. But it's never a game. It's just never a game.
What does Lucky Finn think?
I know this doesn't mean a lot to
He's
you
got the U.
because you
Throwing
can't
up
really
the U for
tell.
our listeners.
You
No,
can't
that's a
really
U.
tell. But it's a U. I like Miami. I was talking about it earlier. I like this. I think it's going to be a sloppy game. I think it's going to be a tough, hard-fought defensive game.
Yeah.
I think this is going to have resemblance of last week in the Ohio State-Texas game. And I like Miami to come out on top. But, all right, let's remember, Miami had a tough game week 1 against Notre Dame. Got it late, won the game late. I like a similar situation here, and I like Miami to get the dub. On neutral ground, if you really think about it, this is about the same distance probably for about both teams. I'm assuming distance-wise. I'm not Miami might be a more
will travel too.
Yeah, and Miami might be more diagonal to be at the same time as Ohio State getting there. I'm not really sure. But I like it on neutral ground. I like Miami to come out. I mean, dude, let's think about this. Earlier in the season, we had Miami at number 1. We had Miami being the top team in the league. They lose 2 tough games. And outside of that, they really haven't played bad until this past week. That was a tough game. I don't know what you guys think. I understand.
I hear you that we had them as number 1 early on in the season. We were like Ohio State, Miami. Those are the top 2 in the country.
We did say that.
It's them against the field. And then Miami lost to Louisville, and Carson Beck threw 4 picks.
Yeah, that was my nail in my coffin on that. That was the nail in the coffin for me.
Even if he turns the ball over in this game, I think their defense is going to give him a chance. I like them. I like a sloppy game, and I like them to finish out on top. I like Miami. Give me the U.
Give me the U. Lucky Finn says, "Give me the U." Personally, me, I'm all over the Buckeyes. Buckeyes are going to straight up dominate this game. Carson Beck is the worst $4 million Miami has ever spent in the history of the football program. He is absolutely terrible. He might be one of the worst QBs that have been so overhyped this year, other than Marcel Reed. He's probably worse than Marcel Reed. I'll say that. He is just
not
awful.
On Saturday. He wasn't.
He's awful. He threw for 10 yards in the first quarter against A&M. It was something god-awful like that. It had to be maybe in the 20s. It was terrible what he has done. I don't see how Miami stands a flipping chance. The only chance they have is their front offensive line against
their defensive line is solid.
I'm getting there. Their defense is very solid, but Jeremiah Smith and our brother from California, Julian Sayin, is on a mission, on a tear to get back to the national championship. They are pissed off. They are looking for blood after losing Indiana. They're going to take no prisoners along the way, and they're going to show the nation how good they are. They're going to deteriorate Miami 56-10. Boom.
Oh,
Deteriorate. It's not going to be a game. It's over. It's done.
Oh, we're doing score predictions too?
I'm throwing it in there. It's going to be bad.
27-10.
Oh, you did?
They're going to run it up.
I'm gonna go
On national television.
I'm gonna go 20-17. Miami.
Okay.
I think the key for Miami is keep it close. Because
Yeah,
if
they
they
have
get
to
down a
keep
couple
close.
scores and you
over.
start relying on Beck to try to throw it, that's not going to go well.
That's
Possess the
what I
ball,
think.
let your defense do the work, stop
Yeah.
Ohio State in the red zone, make them settle for field goals.
Yes. That's how you
And
do
I
it.
think Ohio State's actually going to be pretty aggressive in this game because they were
Yeah.
not aggressive against IU in
That's what I
the
think too.
Big Ten championship game, and I think that kind of bit them. Like they shouldn't have kicked the field goal at the end of the game.
No.
What was it? Fourth and what?
It was 4th and
like-
1.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they should have gone for it, but they were just trying to tie it up, and he missed it. But
Yeah.
I think if Miami gets them in those situations, fourth and short, and Ohio State's trying to be more aggressive, if Miami can capitalize on those key downs and get the stops, I could see it being close. I'm just worried about Miami getting down early and having
Yes.
to rely on Carson Beck to throw the ball.
And if you do, it's over. I'm sorry. Carson Beck's terrible. He's not an NFL quarterback.
He is
I'm not
34 and 5 in
apologizing.
his
Actually, I'm
career.
not apologizing for that. He's terrible. There you go. I'm not apologizing to our viewers and listeners on that. He's absolutely terrible.
I think he kind of reminds me of how yours was last year.
Yeah.
Mm,
Similar, but a little more,
yeah.
a little more turnover prone.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of the emotional side, he was overhyped. He had all this hype
Right.
going into the year. Yours had the bad part of having Arch Manning behind him, and everybody was thinking he was going to be the next godsend. So, but
That's fair.
they'll be all right. Look,
The U.
there you go.
Jay loves the U.
Here it is.
Jay loves the U. Next game on New Year's, guys, we got the Oregon Ducks versus the Texas Tech Red Raiders at 11 a.m. Central, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, in the Capital One Orange Bowl down over there in Miami. What are we thinking for this game, boys? What are we thinking?
This is about as big of a toss-up as I think you can have.
Yes.
I think these teams are very closely matched, and I think both teams have not been as tested as you would like your 4 and 5 seeds to be up to this point. We've talked about it. Texas Tech's toughest games were BYU, and then they lost with their backup quarterback against Arizona State.
Yeah.
Oregon lost at home to Indiana, but other than that, Jay was saying earlier, they really didn't play anybody. They had that tough game at Penn State, and they played at Iowa in the rain, which it's good to see they could win on the road in both of those games in different conditions.
Yeah.
I like Texas Tech here. I think Oregon might have a little bit of a fake boost off of blowing out JMU last week. And I think Texas Tech, as long as they can possess the ball, a lot of talk about possessing the ball today.
I think it's big.
Let the defense do the work. Like, I like Dante Moore, but Indiana showed if you can heat Dante Moore up, he is not the same guy. And if Texas Tech's D-line can get to him, I think that's gonna be
That's a solid point.
key factor in this game.
It's a big point.
That is.
I've had Oregon all the way up until this point, and you just made me literally question my entire thoughts.
Uh-oh.
Do
we have a swing? Do we have a swing?
But no, I'll stay with them. I'll stay with Oregon.
Okay.
Look, this one is rough. This one's rough.
Yeah.
All right. You get the idea, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with Oregon this round. Solely for the fact that actually them coming off of a game, I like the momentum.
Yeah.
I like the momentum. I will say the weird thing about the game, against James Madison. I didn't actually get to watch it because I don't have the luxury of the streaming service that it was on. But I saw that I heard that they actually took their second stringers out and put the first stringers back in at the end.
Correct. They did do
So
that.
it's like,
yes.
I think that's part of Lanning's take of saying, hey, we're not going to let them get close. We're not going to go out on a sour note. We're going to keep the momentum. Let's get a final drive in here and finish this game out. I think that's going to give them a little momentum going into this game. I think Dan Lanning's going to have the guys ready. He's got the experience on his side when it comes to coaching in these kind of big games. If I go back to last year with them losing to Ohio State, and not only just losing to Ohio State, getting blown out by Ohio State in the Rose Bowl, I see them coming out and just trying to put on a show here, and maybe not like, I'm not saying they're going to blow them out, but I think they're going to try and, they need to prove themselves after that loss last year on national television, and this is their time to do it. I think Dan's going to have the guys ready. I like them, and I like Oregon.
So what you're telling me, Jason, is quack. Quack.
Quack.
Quack.
Quack.
Quack.
Quack.
Quack. My take is this is the biggest game in Texas Tech football history. The biggest game.
Is that a take or is that a fact?
It's my opinion. I don't know if it's a fact but I mean,
is this bigger than that Texas game in 2008?
When was that? With Crabtree and
Crabtree.
I would argue
Harrell?
that it is because they're playing in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Are you telling me it's bigger than a rivalry game in the regular season?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I love your guys' point with Romello Height and David Bailey on the sides for Tech. And if they can get after Dante Moore, I think it's a wrap. But if they can't, and I'm going on to the point that they can't, Dante Moore will have the game of his life and throwing where he wants to and picking his spots. This could get ugly really fast for Tech. And if Oregon gets out to 2-possession lead, it's over. I don't see
You're
Tech coming
such
back.
a hater.
I don't see Tech coming back.
Look, here's my thought. Brendan, what's the best way to beat an edge rusher?
Quick
I really
passes.
don't know.
Best way to beat an edge rusher. Quick passes. Thank you, David. Quick passes. Do not sit in the pocket. I think that they're going to have to do that this week. And the West Coast offense, I think it just favors Oregon on the offensive side. I like David's point of that if they get to him, like, they're going to be in trouble. I agree. And that does make me literally think it's going to be a little closer than I originally may have thought. And I say closer. I was going to say a 10-point game. Now I think it may be more like a 4 to 6 range. But what's the spread on it? Is it somewhere between
1.5?
1.5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. But I think that's what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to do quick passes, some screenplays, get those guys thinking that they can't just immediately penetrate in.
You put me on the spot, Jay. I mean, I did know that, but I was like trying to think real quick. And no, you're good. I'm just
I caught you off guard.
You caught me off guard, is what I'm saying.
If we're in the drawing board and I say, hey, we need you to throw a pass. Who are you throwing it to? What do you want me to do? I want you to throw a touchdown. Jaden Daniels.
Exactly.
Giants.
Yeah. I mean, football isn't really complex. People make it too complex, in my opinion. But I did know that. Just wanted the listeners and viewers to know that I was playing a little.
Screens and quick passes, screens, chips.
Yes. I think Dante Moore and the Oregon offense will have a lot of screens for that game.
Do we have any concerns about Oregon's defense?
Yes.
Because they're not really talked about much, and I don't feel like they've got any. I don't feel like they've got that much juice. Like these other defenses in the field, you're kind of like these guys might come just smack you in the mouth. Oregon, no, I don't have a good feeling about their defense. But on the flip side, Tech's offense, we don't know what we're going to get out of Morton. It's not like they've got dynamic guys, but they don't have game breakers at their skill positions that these other teams in the playoff do.
If Tech can run early, and I mean like maybe have 50 yards in the first quarter, almost into the first half, like late second quarter. I would expect Tech to be up. If Tech can run the ball, I expect Tech to win. Because that's going to open up Morton more, and I don't expect Tech to lose if they can run.
Score predictions?
Man, it's a toss-up. Like, I lean Oregon because of Dante Moore and what he's been able to do and proven. Maybe not against top teams, but they've been able to put up points. And I've been not hot on Tech all year. Hater, hand up on that one. I just don't think Tech's offense has enough. I don't.
I got Oregon.
27.
Oh, sorry. You didn't even do your score yet.
No, you're good. 27-24. I lean Oregon.
I'm going to go 42-37.
Wow. Shootout.
I like Oregon.
Wow.
And you know,
shootout in the Orange Bowl.
And this is completely random, right? But I'm going to slide in there. 37 comes because they need to go for 2 to make it a 3-point game. They don't get it.
Okay. I mean, Oregon does not play defense, so it could be a points galore. Like, I just worry about Tech's defense holding at that point.
I've got Tech 18-13.
Wow. No points in the Orange Bowl.
Can you tell me how that happens?
Yeah, I think that Oregon's offense has sputtered against the best defenses they've played this year.
A lot of field goals.
And Tech is going to be the best defense they've played this year. Maybe Indiana, but this is a neutral site game with Tech. Tech is the only team to not allow over 1,000 rushing yards this year. They're the only team. They played 13 games. They've only allowed 890 yards. It's 2.3 yards per carry. Oregon's not going to get the ball going on the ground. They've got a couple dynamic running backs, but they're going to get stifled, and then they're going to heat up Dante Moore. And we've seen what happens when he gets sped up in the pocket, and I think that's going to favor Tech.
How do they get to 18?
6 field goals.
Yeah, that's what.
So we're talking about we're going to see 8 field goals, and Oregon's going to score the only touchdown and lose?
Correct, and that's going to be a defensive touchdown.
Yep. Oh, and it's going to be a defensive touchdown from a team with no defense that we don't even lose on defense.
Yeah, Morgan's
David,
actually just going to throw it backwards into the end zone, and Oregon's going to run over and pick it up.
I could see that, actually.
Oh, my God.
I really could.
Can I change my score prediction? I'm just kidding.
The next one, David. Our Indiana Hoosiers go
Big
into
one.
the Rose Bowl, face Alabama, our former offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. IU is favored by 7 points. Big one. Nervous, David. Lead us into your take on this one.
Yeah, not to be a homer, but I think Indiana has the advantage in every category against Alabama. I think we've seen Alabama for most of this year look like a team that lacks the physicality that the old Saban Alabama teams had. And down the stretch, especially, they did not play very well. They lost to Oklahoma at home. They barely beat Auburn in the Iron Bowl. And then they played very poorly against Georgia. And I think that's a good comp for what this Indiana team is. I think that Indiana's got just as good, if not better, defense than Georgia. And
yeah, that's a good take.
Yeah, I think that we have the upper hand here. I think that while we may not have a stars talent advantage, we have the scheme advantage and the cohesiveness of a roster advantage that Alabama does not seem to have and has not seemed to have had in either of DeBoer's years thus far. So I like us by a couple scores, and the advanced analytics like us by a couple scores as well. So this 7-point spread is interesting.
It's begging people to take Bama, it sounds like.
Brendan, you can go next because everybody knows where you're going to pick. I'll go last.
What's your score prediction, David?
We'll do that. We can do that last.
Okay. I'm all over the Hoosiers here. I don't know if we have the advantage in every single category, like David had mentioned.
What category do we not have the advantage in?
Call it out. What is it?
You just love to poke the bear, don't you? Love to poke the bear.
Brendan, how do you attack an edge rusher?
Quick passes.
Deep passes.
Quick passes. Quick passes. What I worry about.
No, what's the category? We're waiting. You're on the spot. You
He
gotta
doesn't have
answer.
it. He doesn't have it.
I really don't have it. Yeah, I got called out on that one. I really don't
That's
have
just his IU football doubt creeping in.
it. It is.
He doesn't
Open
want to
up
get
about
too
that.
Homer.
That's a real
all
thing.
it is.
That is a real thing. We've been fans for quite a long time, David. Quite a long time. And Jason knows this. Through the thick and thin. We've never been here. We've never been to this exact point as a program. And my question is to the players, the coaches, is this moment too big for us?
Was
Or
the Big Ten
is this-
championship game too big?
Brendan, no,
I don't know.
Don't say that, because we also have to remember, like Sig said at Penn State, this team hasn't played here before. None of these teams have.
That's a great point.
New
But-
year.
That's the question that I got. That's the question that I have for these players and coaches is this moment too big for us? And I'm gonna say no. Hoosiers by a million. There we go.
Oh gosh, so we got a million.
Hoosiers by a million.
A million to.
What's up, Kenny?
Yeah,
zero.
Kenny has joined us live from his office.
Sorry,
Thank you,
y'all. I
Kenny, for
didn't
joining.
think I was gonna jump right into it. I
No,
thought I'd just be in the bottom, but
Kenny's
No,
in-
you're good. Yeah, just join in.
Kenny's
Live
direct
from the
his
honeymoon too.
kitchen, From his
Yeah.
kitchen.
amen, boys.
He's got a little sun on him.
I
but
hope
yeah,
so.
Glad to
I'm
glad to
trying
have the
to.
boy into the studio. Yeah,
Well, we
yeah.
gotta flip it.
Oh, we gotta
Bam.
flip it. He said.
Kenny,
Man.
how burnt did we get? I know we're getting completely
know.
off topic, but you
No, it's
arrived.
fine,
So,
but-
like, tell us.
Like help like on a burnt of like
Like
like one to
Tulane
ten.
losing or like
No.
getting
Oh,
burnt that bad or
when you think about bacon getting cooked, and people have the scale of bacon getting cooked versus which one you like, where are you at?
I'm actually pretty good. I took care of myself. My back
It looks
was
like
pretty
it.
burnt.
Yeah.
But that Caribbean sun ain't something to mess with, man. I'm not. You know, a couple of my friends, one of our friends we were with, her back looked like the color of Indiana's uniforms. It was red.
Oh,
So
that red.
She was ready.
Oh Lord.
She's ready
That's
to
bad.
play.
I go,
Okay.
Emily, that's a lobster right there.
Oh, straight lobster. Okay, man. Jeez. My score predictions real quick for this game. Get us back on track here real quick. I do like Indiana 38-14. That's my score prediction.
Jeez. All right. Well, I like Indiana too. Not gonna sugarcoat it or make this all weird because you guys
Yeah.
both chose Indiana. I got Indiana as well, but I got them by 10. I think
fair.
this is gonna. I think the difference in this game is gonna be the turnover margin.
Yeah.
I think Indiana needs to force the turnovers. We've seen the offense of Alabama look very shaky lately. David was alluding to it when he was talking about the game against Bama. If you make Simpson have to throw it and you make him one-dimensional, this team is going to struggle. That's where I see the turnovers coming in. I see one in the red zone probably because he struggled with that in that area a lot this year. And I think that's the reason I say the difference needs to be the turnover margin is because, Brendan, what have we talked about? 3 games we've seen Mr. Mendoza make bad decisions late in games. We can't have that this week.
Nope.
So I think they're gonna be a 10-point win. That's what I got.
Yeah, that's a solid.
Oh,
take.
you need a prediction.
Yeah, I do need a prediction.
I'll go. What did you say? I don't want to say the same thing.
38.
38.
Oh, I'm not saying the same thing. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 27-17.
That's fair.
I think it's a
I have
good
a
score.
feeling. Yeah, that is a good score.
Very neutral, very right in the
Yeah.
middle. Either way, I'm gonna be like, hey, I was only like 8 points off. I'm gonna be close regardless.
Yeah. What's for the people down there got?
I like the Hoosiers 31-6.
Oh,
Woo! He said,
you
"Who's
really
your
don't like
defense?"
Bama's offense.
What has Bama's offense done?
I think Bama's offense is going to depend on how they come out. That's
Yeah.
it.
Well, it didn't matter last game. They didn't come out last game at the beginning either.
That's a solid take too, because they didn't come out, and if they don't come out, it will be bad. I agree with
But I
David
think
on
what
that.
Kenny's saying is Indiana and Oklahoma.
I don't
Defensive
know.
wise, absolutely not. I mean,
Yeah.
even offensive wise, absolutely not. I mean, Oklahoma did not look great against LSU. That should have been the first red flag with Oklahoma. That's how they played. That I'm sure I probably missed that. If y'all talked about it. That should have been the first red flag.
No, we haven't talked about that.
No.
I will
Well,
say, you know what? I want to go back to something. This is completely random. Why didn't nobody ever argue Oklahoma getting in over the same record of Vandy and Notre Dame? Why was Oklahoma not ever discussed in that? Why was it always just Miami? What made Oklahoma special?
because Oklahoma was still up there.
Oklahoma's wins were
Yeah,
pretty good.
they were pretty
Yeah.
solid.
Thank you, David.
Whereas I don't
That's all
think
wanted to
Vandy
know.
beat. I don't
Good
think
point.
Vandy beat anybody.
No. Definitely not saying Oklahoma didn't deserve
Yeah.
it there.
I know.
No,
what
but
you're
I agree with
saying,
you.
though.
I think
Yeah.
Oklahoma was the worst non-Group of 5 team
Yeah.
in the playoff.
Yeah.
They didn't have an
Them or
offense.
Bama.
Yeah, them or Bama, which
Yeah,
well,
whatever.
Miami. You know, it kind of works out with the seeding. It's one of those teams.
Yeah, that's true.
Kenny, you missed the Miami game, so and the Oregon game. So we need your score predictions.
Yes.
Miami, Ohio State.
I think I'll say like 30-28. I feel like it might be close, but I could be dead wrong. I feel like Miami's another school that it's I think they're in there because that's that last team. But
Yeah.
I really don't know Oregon. Like you play JMU.
They're not
and
playing Oregon. They're playing Ohio State.
Why am I? I thought you said Oregon.
Well,
I just ruined the
because
pot.
I said
Ohio State's kicking their ass. Sorry.
Because I will say that's no. I'll take blame on that because I said the Miami and the Oregon games, but you probably heard me say
okay.
the Oregon game. So I'll give you a pass on that. So you got Ohio State kicking their ass. Okay, thank you, Katie.
Yeah.
Let me tell this because I've been to that Miami airport. That thing sucks, and so does Miami. I'm not dealing with that. Miami airport. Look, that Miami airport. I've walked the same distance that it probably takes to get to how the conferences of, it takes a USC to get all the way to a conference game at Maryland. It's the same distance. So Ohio State over them like 35-4.
We need a
safeties.
Two safeties.
Dang. Coming in with the two safety or a field goal and a 1 point.
That's because old boy with the ugly face, Carson Beck?
Yeah, Carson Beck.
He's gonna get his face smashed in, and he's not gonna be able to see where he's going. End zone.
We need a sound bite of you saying Ohio State's gonna fucking kick their ass.
Kitty basically just told us Carson Beck is gonna get literally destroyed by the Ohio State defense.
I mean, they do have Big Boy on the edge. They do have Big Boy on the edge.
So hard that he's gonna forget where he is.
But anyway,
I just wanted to say that in layman's terms for those that didn't understand the expressiveness of Kenny.
Who's the edge rusher again, David, from Indiana? Big Boy.
Caden Curry?
Yeah, Curry. That's who it is. Jesus, he's huge. He's gigantic.
She said.
I mean, that you talk about a NFL frame. It's right there. It's all right there. Yeah.
And he's like their 6th best defensive player.
I know.
That's
It's
how
insane.
stacked Ohio State is.
Yeah, no, they are absolutely stacked. But enough about those Buckeyes. We'll talk. Surely enough, probably gonna talk about them in the future. Expect them to win. Need your take on Oregon and Tech, though, Kenny, real quick.
Whew. I think that's going to be a really fun game. I'm really
Yeah.
hoping Tech puts some good performance in. I really hope their defense kind of just steps in and does
Yeah.
all the talking. And like again, like I was trying to say, I really don't know Oregon, and that's because
Yeah.
I feel like because they're all the way over there, and
Right. That's
that
fair.
conference is so weird. It's like I don't.
We are weird. Yeah.
It's like that sleep. I think I'm not gonna say Oregon, no Oregon. It's like
Yeah.
it's that sleeper that this is that game that I know they're gonna, and they put a
Sounds
whooping
like,
on JMU. I mean that game was over with quickly.
it was bad.
Yeah, I mean we were watching for a little bit. We turned it off and we went to go, do our little
Yeah, I
honeymoon
mean,
and stuff.
that's
So,
what you do on your honeymoon. You can't
yeah,
just,
yeah, yeah,
lay around. Yeah.
yeah.
But it sounds like you're on the oil money.
I'm on the oil money. That oil money's
Yeah.
coming in.
Yeah.
That's coming in for every other sport. And I think honestly, I think it's great for college football to see Texas Tech.
I do. I agree.
Money wise, team wise, I think it's good. Money wise, no, but
Yeah.
team wise, I think it's pretty cool to kind of see Texas Tech in there, and we'll see how it works out
Yeah.
for them. I feel like it might be one of those TCU things where they're in there one year and then not back
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. I mean, it could happen. I mean,
Yeah.
The
solid
question
take
is,
there.
I think they just got that team built up.
out? Are they going to get blown out like TCU?
Oh.
No, I don't think so. I think
I don't
I
TCU
think it'll
won a
be
game.
close. Probably they did.
TCU did
They won a game to go get blown out.
Yeah,
They did beat
they
Michigan.
won a
though.
game.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
did
that's
win
a
game.
possibility all the time now, Jason.
Hey, you guys remember
Yeah.
when TCU was in the Mountain West?
Yes. Yeah, that was some time
I
ago.
always
Yeah.
randomly think about that.
Yeah.
That's one of those things where, because I always think about it when we think about TCU being right up in the BCS standings the year that LSU played Alabama.
Just like the Nebraska was in the Big 12.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of teams
Crazy.
in the Big 12.
Yeah.
there were a lot.
Well, it's like those the Cincinnati's and they were in those really low conferences that
Cincinnati
you
was
don't
in-
even think about. Not
West
really
Virginia,
Cinc-
even.
Cincinnati,
Yeah, West Virginia, like those.
both Big East, baby.
Big East, baby.
Big East.
They were Big East, baby.
Inside joke. forever.
West Virginia
right.
said, I'm getting out of here.
Let's head over to the Sugar Bowl. Let's wrap her up. Ole Miss plays Georgia. Georgia's a 6.5 point favorite. What's your thoughts on this one?
I actually really like Georgia in this game. I think
Yeah.
the way they looked in the SEC championship shows that they are a championship caliber team
Yeah.
if they take care of the football. And also, David was talking about their defense. I mean, their defenses, them and Indiana have the two best defenses.
Correct.
I think Ohio State's up there in terms of coordinator-wise. I think
Patricia.
Patricia gives them a big chance
Yeah.
defensively. But when I think about just they're the best defense in the SEC. They're playing another SEC team. Let's think about it, bro. Ole Miss, some of those guys are not thinking about Ole Miss right now. And there's just no way it's going to be. And
Yeah.
maybe they are, and maybe our boy has got them taken care of. The new coach, can't remember his name right now, but
Golden.
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 You have to keep your guys' minds in the right places while also getting them ready for this game. I think that's going to be a tough task for a new coach. I like Georgia.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'll do score at the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm totally with you, Jay. I think Ole Miss got out to such a quick lead against Tulane that they didn't have to be faced with adversity with the new coach. And at that point, they were kind of on autopilot for the last 3 quarters.
Mhm.
They get punched in the mouth here by Georgia, or if they're in a dogfight into the second half, I think it's going to be hard for them to fight through just with the leadership changes and guys, like you said, if they're down 2 scores, guys are already thinking about where they're going to go next year, what they're going to get paid. I think it'll be hard for them to claw back. So I love Georgia. I also agree with you fully. We talked a lot this year about how Georgia's defense didn't strike fear into opponents the same way as it did maybe, for the past 5 years when they had all those NFL draft picks. I actually think they're kind of coming around. They might not have the top tier names that they did in the recent past, but I think as a unit, they are really coming around to one of the best defenses in the country.
Great points. Great points there.
I'm hoping that is the case, and I think Ole Miss is sleeping. The interactions that I've seen from Ole Miss people and it did the whole Lane Kiffin thing. And
It's in their heads. It's rent free in their heads.
this win against Tulane, I've never seen a reaction to beating Tulane. And this playoff thing is getting to their head. I mean, one of the arguments I really hate is this is their Super Bowl. Look, that was Ole Miss's Super Bowl if I've ever seen it.
Right.
First of all, the Santa thing, really?
Wait, what?
You
They set the record for most people wearing a Santa hat.
Yeah.
Ole Miss. Great. This is how corny and white they are. Okay, Santa hats. Santa hats. Ole Miss is. I think they are so confident and like overconfident to the point where I don't think they're underestimating Georgia. And this is just their fans and their players. I think they're underestimating Georgia.
Yeah.
And I think Georgia is going to give them a good humbling. And I think everybody in the country, LSU fans, hope Ole Miss gets a good humbling. And they deserve a good humbling. I mean, you lost your coach. It sucks. But, God, y'all are acting like this is the easiest walkthrough championship that's ever going to be. You played Tulane.
Right,
Kick rocks.
How many of those coaches are going to be walking out of the door the next day?
They're already walking out.
I know. I'm saying, like, the ones that have already signed with LSU that went back to coach, it's like, how many of them, 6 or 7, are just going to be saying,
Yeah.
all right, guys, see you later. Time to go recruit for a different school.
What's the score prediction, Kenny?
Oh, wait. No. Score predictions at the end. We still got to hear who you got.
I mean, it's obviously who I got. I got Georgia, and it's
Oh,
gonna get
my
bad.
God. That's a shocker.
It's gonna get bad. It's gonna get ugly.
I hope it does.
It's gonna be real bad for Ole Miss, and Georgia's gonna do what Indiana's gonna do. They're gonna run the score up, and it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be real bad, and
You look a little sad for him.
I really do. Like it's gonna be bad. Like my score is 42-10. I just see Georgia all the way.
Oh.
I don't think it's gonna be a game. I think
What's
Georgia's gonna
you
ride
said-
with it early.
what's the
It's gonna
spread?
be bad. It
6.5?
spreads 6.5. I would take an alternate spread of 20.5 at least.
Jesus.
At least. I mean that. I mean, you can clip this, and I'm sure our clipper's gonna do its thing, but it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad, guys. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
Jeez.
That's all I
Look,
got.
I hope it's bad. I hope it's bad, but man, I really want to say it'll be a little low scoring, probably 28. I think Ole Miss is going to get above 20, maybe above 18. I don't know. I don't think it'll be that bad, but it'll probably be one of those. Maybe we get just cupcake. What is it called? You put your second string in kind of points at the end of the game. So.
Yeah. Mercy.
Time.
Have some mercy.
Yeah.
Backdoor. Go ahead, Jay.
I was gonna say I can go next. I got 35-24. I don't think it's gonna be as big of a blowout as y'all think. I think
Okay.
there's
No, I don't think it will either.
I think it's still gonna be a game. But I like Georgia 35-24. But I do think maybe one of those maybe that last touchdown for Ole Miss is a garbage time score. But I don't think it's
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that we're going to get some garbage time score
so I like 35-24.
when Trinidad announces his transfer to LSU. So
Yeah, Georgia not kicking field goals. Georgia scoring touchdowns. 35.
Not if they get Lagway.
nobody wants DJ Lagway.
Who you got, David?
Really, y'all do.
I ain't going there with him. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I ain't going there with him.
People forget the first matchup between these two teams this year was 43-35. Really, really high scoring game.
Oh.
But I was just talking of Georgia's defense. Ole Miss did sustain a couple injuries on offense in that game against Tulane. When they were up big, they probably could have just pulled their starters. So I don't like Ole Miss's offense here at all. I like Georgia 42-13.
Woo-wee!
Another blowout score.
Well, Jason will be happy with his predictions, right?
What'd you say?
Oh my gosh.
Wasn't your score right around the same?
Yeah, it was 42-10.
I like Ole Miss to get that second field goal.
Yeah.
Can someone
too.
put a graphic together of all of our scores for all these
I think
games?
that's a good idea.
Kenny.
Oh, I guess I will.
Who would that be?
Oh no. We gotta find somebody.
We do gotta find
Do you-
somebody
do you-
right with us.
Look, do we want to make it easy so he doesn't have to go back and watch it to get them all? Do we want to all after this just text it? in our
Yeah,
group?
just text.
Oh, I
him.
remembered it.
Yeah, we'll
But
just.
you
we'll
didn't.
just
You
text.
didn't hear the ones before then.
Yeah, you didn't hear it.
Oh yeah, no.
I remember what
I don't
said.
remember mine before now either, though.
All right. Well, then I guess you're gonna have to go back and
Good
watch
job, guys. Proud of y'all.
Great job. Go
You know,
team.
you say that.
Anyway.
But I only remember one of mine.
In that case, for the people that want more content like this, go to our YouTube channel, 5 Arms and a Lucky Fin, where we don't remember anything of what we say with score wise. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also go to our TikTok and Instagram 5ALF podcast. We always appreciate the support; it means the world to us. We will see you on the next one. Peace, love you guys. 5610.
The 5 Arms